It's Friday again.
How did that happen?
It's like it happens regularly
Every week.
every week. And here we are.
We made it. We're going to wait for people to file in.
Yes, we are. We've got people filing.
We'd love to
It's
see
great.
it. Yeah. Let us know who you are, where you're from, how long carnivore, or if you're just thinking about being carnivore, starting it maybe.
Mhm.
We're always eager to meet new prospective victim.
You have been monitoring your blood sugar, etc.
I have, as a matter of fact,
extremely.
I have a
regularly.
CGM in my arm again and still.
Mhm.
This time it's the Libra Freestyle Abbott one. Let me see what my blood sugar is.
But it's not the 3 because you need to scan.
It says 86. Do I believe it? No. But I will say that it seems to be happier data than the Stello or Stilo, which is a Dexcom product, which when I would check it against the Keto Mojo, the Stello just didn't seem to relate at all. It really had no relationship to my blood sugar, whereas this one has a relationship. This one seems to be a little lower, whereas the Stello was way higher.
Like way higher, but unpredictably high.
Yeah.
It's not like it was always 20 points or about 20 points off.
It felt to me like it was just rolling dice. And whatever, it was like a magic 8-ball, that one, the Stilo, but the Libre is a little bit better.
I do not have a CGM in right now. I will pretty soon.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm kind of waiting for summer to get over bathing suit season, that sort of thing. But also I'll be doing that Dr. Boz course in September. So then I think I'm going to want one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Even though the Keto Mojo is the key to that class, I still think I'll want CGM. So mine's on order, and I do it through Tastermonial, which is a Libre.
Tastermonial?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. So I use the Two Crazy Ketos link to get it.
Oh,
it's
okay.
the best price I've seen, and I got a really good price this time. There was some summer savings.
And is that an over-the-counter?
It's a Libre.
But that's not over the counter.
Oh no, it's not over the counter. It's through prescription.
Got it.
Yeah.
And see, I have some leftover old Libres from when I was subscribed to Levels.
Mm-hmm.
And but I let that lapse, but I still had the sensors. They still connect to the Libre app, which is among the worst apps I've ever seen. It's as if they don't want you to investigate the data too closely.
Well, a warm welcome to you all on this Friday live with us. We sort of are the preview to some of the other bigger names that do it this evening.
Yeah, that's true.
We're the opening act. I'm JJ. I am a life coach, and I eat mostly meat and microbes.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. I'm Eric. I'm a novelist, and I eat meat and microbes.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, not only am I a novelist, I have been reading my last novel all day today and taking notes because I forgot what happened in order to get myself going on finishing book 9 in this series.
Yeah.
Because I had questions and now I've been getting answers. And the beautiful thing is I love this book. I am like sucked into it. All I want to do is read it right now. And it's one of those weird things. You write a series. This is book 8 of a series that have to be read in order. And that means if you want to get to book 7 and 8, which are my best writing I've ever done, you've got to go through books 1 through 6, which is okay writing, but it's nothing like what it develops into. It is so good, in my opinion. Darth Carnivore is in the house.
Hello.
From Indianapolis, Carnivore, the past 2+ years. We'll be talking about Charlie more in a minute. Sue is here.
Hey, Sue.
It's good to see you.
And your husband, if he's here.
Yeah, that's right. Michelle from Pennsylvania, Ketovore for 2 years.
You get the Pennsylvania Gold Star for being here. I don't hear anyone else from Pennsylvania coming every week. So
No.
hello,
True.
Michelle.
Charlie says Stilo was consistently 20 to 30 points higher even after manual calibration. Wound up finger pricking a lot with the Stilo CGM. I know, that's exactly my experience, to the point where like, this can't be real.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was stabbing myself so much for the Keto Mojo that I was like, why do I even keep the Stilo in?
So you took it off.
Just so that I could be mad at it.
You do like to be outraged.
I do.
Sometimes.
I mean, it is empowering when you have a good reason to be mad. Oh, Ellen is here. Texas brisket for dinner tonight with no side salad because
no way.
Salad is toxic.
It certainly is.
Ooh, look at this, JJ.
Sue says in 1 hour, I will have completed a 72-hour sardine fast trying to fix my insulin resistance. Congratulations, Sue. Holy cow. So I'm not there yet.
To say the least.
To say the least. But I continue. I'm not quite doing it daily, but I am continuing to have some sardines. And I still am continuing to mix them with a little bit of mustard and avocado mayo. And they're fine. I mean, I'm still doing about a tablespoon at a time. So yeah, one big fish.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I've been eating a tin or two.
So I give you all the props, and I might be there next month with Dr. Boz.
Mm-hmm. Alan says, drop a link to your book series. I might want to check it out. I will have to grab that link. I don't have it just on hand. I'm not prepared. However, in every video, except for this one, in the show notes, there's a link to some of my books.
Oh, that's funny. Well, he was very preoccupied with reading his books, as he said. So you did prep for the show, which was good. Yes. But it was very
last
minute. We didn't even give the dog his final after dinner walk. So yeah.
Charlie says that's a good t-shirt. Salad is toxic. A great conversation starter when casually out in public. And you're right, because Alan actually made that shirt. And I have a photo of it someplace. Like my link to my book, not readily accessible. Jugatsu sends a bunch of roses,
Hello.
I believe from Japan. Wait a minute. You better get used to it.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. And here's Alan saying, yes, I have a Salad is Toxic t-shirt. I will wear it while doing one of my workout videos. You can't license this, but I want one of those Darth Vader's charring steak with his lightsaber as a t-shirt. But there might be some problems trying to market that. Michelle says, it's excellent. Can't wait for book 9. Well, thank you so much. Me neither. I have 150,000 words of book 9 written, which is a lot. But I've got a ways to go to get it all sorted out. And that's why I have to do a bit of rereading, because I had to refresh some things.
Oh, our Michigander is here. Yep. Hello, Curtis. Hello and welcome.
Which reminds me, I watched is his name Peter Santinello? He's like a travel vlogger on YouTube. He has millions of followers. And he did a video about the UP in Michigan, which was just fascinating. Everybody was getting in the sauna.
I was just going to say, did he talk about the Finnish village?
I don't know. They only talked about Finlanders.
Yeah.
And mining.
Yeah. There's the largest Finnish community outside of Finland, I think.
Yeah. They talk about that and the reason why.
Yeah. Well, my work associate.
She would love this video or she'd hate it.
Well, yeah, but she is a native from up there in the
She's a Youper. Which every time I see a map and I see the Upper Peninsula, it's actually contiguous to Wisconsin.
Mhm.
So it should be part of Wisconsin, not part of Michigan. And it irritates me. And I think there might have to be a war against Michigan, which we would win because it's contiguous to Wisconsin. Sue says, I wore a beef, butter, bacon, eggs shirt out today and got a question. I briefly told them I focus on these foods, and she said, that's awesome.
Very cool.
That's all that we said.
Very cool.
That is amazing. I have not worn a carnivore shirt out.
I have.
Well, other than healing humanity, but I don't really even, that says proper human diet.
Yeah. I have, and I've only got asked about it once. However, I will report I have a family member who has just sent me something in the mail about how to live to be 100.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it has nothing to do with eating meat.
Yeah. Well,
It's probably
is
the
it the
opposite.
family member I think it is?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then that family member is not going to make it to 100. So shouldn't be sending such mails.
Mhm.
So let's get into this.
All right.
So how many of you add salt to your diet? And how many of you are like on your carnivore in the chafee style where you don't salt anything? I'm curious. And if you've been doing carnivore for a while, do you feel like your salting has declined over time? I rewatched this older steak and butter gal video, why I don't salt on carnivore and why some should. And I've also seen one of the carnivore OGs, Amber O'Hearn, constantly talking about carnivores salt too much and they would do better if they didn't. And Chafee talks about salt if you want it to taste, but he's sort of like, I don't really know that he says don't salt, but he just doesn't feel like over time you will continue to want to. And I have had this war with salt in that I don't like my meat highly salted. And yet I often feel like I'm getting like an electrolyte deficiency, depletion moment. And I never know whether maybe I've had too much salt.
What does that moment feel like?
That'll be palpitations and a general sort of not feeling great. And then I might drink a salty and then I'm like, oh, I feel way better. And so I would take that as a sign that I needed the salt or some of the other electrolytes. But honestly, it could just be a placebo effect. I can't rule that out.
Well, when I started carnivore, fairly early on, I got one of those salt lick rocks from Redmond's.
Yeah.
And so I would lick on that every now and again. But I don't really do that anymore. But I do salt pretty heavily, and it's to taste for me. So, yeah, I know I'm of no use to you.
Not on this topic.
Not on this topic. That was not meant to be a trap. But good job dodging it.
You got to be quick on your feet.
No. So yeah, I salt pretty generously, but I don't go out of my way to just have salt for salt's sake. And then I'm having lately about 1 to 2, I'm looking over here at my electrolytes, 1 to 2 salties a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I do a lot of work outside and I sweat a lot in the summer, I feel like, well, I got to replenish the sodium and the rest of the electrolytes, but I don't really know. So I'll have 1 or 2 salties a day. But then there's this nagging question. I'm like, well, is Bella right? Should I be weaning myself off and see if I just keel over and allow the body to do whatever adjustment it has to make in order to be sparing of those electrolytes?
Yeah, it does seem like the body might reach some sort of homeostasis.
I mean, it has to for these people.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Chafee and Bella and Amber and others. I did watch a Dr. Baker about the subject as well, because, he goes pretty far back, and he was like, I do salt because I like the taste. And that was kind of the end of his guidance.
That's about right.
He's like, yeah, if you don't feel good and taking salt helps, then take it. I'm like, well, that's not, because I'm of this mode of like, well, maybe short-term discomfort is a sign of healing
Mm-hmm.
or adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, should I ride it out? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Let's see what our friends have to say. Sue says, I add salt because it keeps legs cramps away along with magnesium. Charlie says, I'm pro salt, no decline. I think I've always had a salty tooth.
I kind of agree with you. Before the sweet tooth started for me, sweet tooth started when I was older. I was into potato chips and pickles. Like that was that was my thing.
Alan.
And salami. I'd come home and have salami, chips, and pickles.
4 to 10 grams of Redmond Relight electrolytes daily. Buddies in Texas sun and do infrared sauna daily.
Oh, yeah.
Salt meals. I'm a sweaty meat eater. Sue says, I have been loving my flake salt I get at Costco. Malden's.
I will add that for that little flavor, but also textural element on some things.
Charlie is 6 to 10 grams daily of his knockoff unflavored Relight mix.
We saw that.
We saw it in one of your videos. Yeah. I would be interested to know what the proportions of potassium and magnesium and sodium are. Curtis insists incorrectly that the UP is theirs. You all traded it to us.
No backsies, huh?
No. We probably traded it for like some unreasonably low amount of consideration. I want to redo. Michelle says, I salt my food and use a half teaspoon of light salt as electrolytes in my coffee. It seems like that would make your coffee a little bitter to me, because that higher potassium salt has a little more of a bitter kind of a flavor. I know, because I've been using it of late, because I thought what I needed was to adjust up my potassium without adjusting up my magnesium and sodium. So
have you noticed any difference?
Maybe.
Or is it too soon to tell?
It's just 2 days and I haven't had that much. Because, I get, me. I put a quarter of a teaspoon on all of my food, and that's like 250 milligrams of potassium. And I'm like, oh, I've got hyperkalemia.
Yep.
I'm going to die.
Yes.
Even though anytime I've tried to calculate how much potassium I get in my day, I'm getting probably half of the RDA, which is, 3,700 or 4,200 milligrams. So 500 milligrams of sodium is lost per pound of sweat. I probably lost 5 to 8 pounds sweating today.
Wow.
You have much better heat tolerance than I do.
You do not.
My heat tolerance is very poor, and it's been a hot summer.
It was good. Once we spent years and years ago, we spent quite a while in France during the summer, and there's not a whole lot of air conditioning in the places we were at anyway. And you actually sort of got used to it. And so I was so excited because, like, for the rest of that summer, I wasn't freezing to death in the air conditioning.
Because I didn't have it so low.
Yeah. It was great.
Michelle says, with heavy cream, it's delicious with the light salts in the coffee. Well, that would definitely mask it. I've been using heavy cream to fatten up my evening meal. And it's never something that I tried to drink before, but it's extraordinarily sumptuous.
I can say, though, very interesting to me, and I'm going to share it with you. You're probably going to be like, we did not need to know that. I've been having more heavy cream as well, just to fatten things up. I'm not noticing any major issues with increasing the dairy. And keep in mind that I'm also doing that yogurt still. not as heavy of a dose, but I'm doing the fermented dairy and some heavy cream. So considerable dairy. And I have started flossing my teeth again because I noticed that I needed it,
Mhm.
right? And when I upped the dairy, I started to have more residue, we'll say. But I also started needing to use deodorant again.
Oh, the dairy makes you smell.
And I had not been using it barely at all before. I mean, we're warm in Wisconsin, but we've been warm all summer.
Yep.
So it's a recent development that I'm like, that's kind of interesting that, yeah, the dairy is causing some things that without that much dairy, I haven't had to deal with.
Yeah, I could see the heavy cream becoming a trap.
Yeah.
But I remembered, I mean, I was surprised when some Kelly Hogan video, she's like, I might have
Yes.
2, what is it, pints a day?
Yeah. She is quite a bit.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of energy.
We've been experimenting with higher fat, so that's been a piece of the puzzle, and we've also been working on trying to see what else we can do and not just relying on the heavy dairy.
Yeah, because
cream.
Just for context, the second meal of the day, very high fat, low protein, in order to keep the amino acids unavailable for gluconeogenesis
Overnight.
so that overnight we get into deeper ketosis. And generally speaking, it's worked. I mean, really, for you, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
For me, it's been very good.
Yeah. I have to tell you that I have gone, since Eric sleuthed all this out and we pieced some Dr. Boz information in there. My blood sugars in the morning are generally in the 80s, usually the low 80s. And my ketones have been between 1.4 and 2 in the morning. And prior to that, if you recall, I was starting to see my blood sugars come down a little, but they were like generally 90s. Before that, they were definitely triple digits. And my ketones were, 0.4.
Yeah.
So this has been phenomenal to me to be able to do that without any fasting, really. I did a 24-hour fast a couple weeks ago, but that's been it. So to maintain these numbers consistently, crazy. And last night before bed, I was like at 2.3 or something in my ketones. Yeah, it was great. I like ketosis. I feel good.
Well, I hope that I will too, as my mitochondria learn how to use them more
Mhm.
efficiently, because for so long my ketones were quite low in the morning. And so, but I was having blood sugars well over 100 and in the morning with, negligible ketones. And now my morning blood sugars are always under 100. And ketones, they could vary from 0.4 to 0.9. Sometimes if I do a hard workout the next morning, ketones will be higher, of course. So
I think that's progress.
Yeah.
Having double digit blood
but
glucose.
reorganizing a meal to be high fat and low protein is interesting. And it's not that hard, but it's not like I want to just eat fat. I don't love just fat.
Well, I am able to eat, like today, I had a brat. So I can eat a very small portion of meat
Mhm.
with the rest of the fat.
I think that's the secret, is that last meal is a small meal.
Yes, 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 which is part of the Dr. Boz, which she has said, and I didn't really grok until you put all the pieces together. And yeah, so I've flipped my day. I used to fast in the mornings, break my fast at about 12:30, eat in the afternoon. The last meal of the day was the largest one, but that wasn't late. It was still usually by 5 p.m. And now it is the big steak in the morning, or the Courtney Luna, not veggie salad, meat salad. So I have a pretty hefty breakfast, and then I might have a snack for lunch. It just depends. And then I might have meat with dinner. It depends. So yeah, but a small, very small portion. So yeah, everything's sort of flipped around again.
I know Dr. Chafee says salt to taste, but I've only eaten one piece of meat, a smoked sausage from City Barbecue, that I couldn't eat because it was too salty.
Okay, I was in Indianapolis last summer, was it? Whenever it was. And I went to City Barbecue, which I know is a chain, but we don't have any near us. It was so good, but I did not have the smoked sausage. It was so good.
Well, according to this,
It's too salty.
it was too salty that particular day.
Well, the smoked sausage, again, I didn't have the smoked sausage. I think I had brisket and pulled pork or something, but actually they had it at the family event, and I was like,
Oh.
and as I was waiting, I had to go to check out of the hotel and go to the airport the next day, and I had a gap, and I stopped specifically at a city barbecue to have more city barbecue.
And I got to hear about it and not eat any of it.
Yeah, you weren't with me.
Northerners struggle with Texas heat, but carnivores can overcome it because they are lean. Fat Texans struggle with the heat.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
And Charlie says, I've noticed my tolerance for heat and humidity have improved on carnivore. So I think part of it is you just got to be out there in it. And I kind of flake out when it gets too hot because I just don't want to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is a good segue though to looking at some of the videos we've watched of late.
Mm-hmm.
And one that we watched very recently was this one. It was Darth Carnivore's
Yes, it was.
first video on his new channel. Everybody here, of course, is already subscribed and has watched this. So that's good. But he's been dropping a couple of videos a day. I just saw when I was grabbing this screenshot, there was another one that I hadn't seen yet. So we'll be watching that later tonight. Very good. This is his story, and he's got ones about meal prep. And you even get to see his little dog eat carnivore dinner. So congratulations, Charlie, for getting that launched.
Huge congratulations.
I did not watch this one. Tell me about it.
Okay. So Dr. Barry was on the news, and it was basically this screenshot's thumbnail's a little bit mistelling because it's talking about carnivore diet gains popularity on social media. But the bulk of the story was about people who are raising carnivore children.
Oh, okay.
And whether that is safe or not. And of course, Dr. Barry says it's the proper human diet.
Are children people?
Are children people, yes.
Are they humans?
And that since the dawn of man, parents have been giving their kids bones to gnaw on. But he did drop that some fruit was also okay, he felt, for kids because it wasn't too toxic. So and seasonal and all that jazz. So yeah, it was a classic Dr. Barry, but again, it was nice to see him on a larger platform as well. So getting the word out that carnivore does not kill. And it was short, of course. And it was, the newscaster was not was not adversarial. Yeah.
I did not watch this one yet. I saw it, but I was watching guitar videos at the time. So
yeah, I just wanted to pull this one up because not only are the Mans, that sounds funny, doesn't it? The Carey Mann family from Homestead How, they're in Alaska. At least 4 out of 5 of them are, and they're visiting Bill Knott. And this is Jen's big trip there. She has not been there in the past, and I think it's her biggest trip anywhere ever. And she loves Bill, and so it was a big deal for her to actually get to see him in person. He was a big inspiration to her in her carnivore story. But the other thing I wanted to mention was that it's really interesting because they generally do, like we do, these talking head videos where we're just talking to camera and so forth. And these are much more produced. They've got the drone footage and there's music underneath, and Jen's reading some really nice prose and stuff about the trip. So it's just a little bit of a different flavor, and it's really, really a nice departure. I like their talking head videos too. Don't get me wrong, but it's a nice thing. And also I just see that type of thing and I go, what a beautiful memory that they're creating not only together, but then on video too, with this
Of
beautiful
course, yeah.
drone footage and the music, really highly produced. I'm distracted, squirrel. I'm looking, we can see the lake from here, and the fish are just going crazy, jumping up out of that thing. It's crazy. I wish I ate fish. I know I'm eating sardines, but yeah.
Well,
no.
that's a
See,
segue.
they're just all over the
Oh,
place.
holy cow, they really are.
Just it's crazy.
This video, I did watch this one.
Okay.
And it's, I mean, if you've seen Dr. Boz talk about sardines and sardine fasting as a lead in to a water fast, then you know what the content of this is. But she presents it really well.
This video, though, sardines excluded, gave me a huge aha. And I had to go into chat to get the details. She just was answering a question. Someone had a question about their uric acid at the end, and she just casually said something about, well, when your blood sugar is over 105 chronically, the glucose in your blood, body, whatever, turns into fructose. And I went, wait a minute, what? And so sure enough, when you have a chronically elevated 105 to 115 blood sugar, it creates this fructose that can oxidize and create issues. There's a whole name for this process that begins with a P, and I can't remember it. Polynol or polyol pathway process, where this oxidation affects the same type of areas that people with diabetes have issues with. So, macular degeneration, nerve myelation, these different kidneys. And it happens with just that chronic, slightly elevated blood sugar, or when there are spikes over 140. So a couple of weeks ago, that was both of us with the blood sugar chronically over 105. So
that's right.
Nobody's talking about this except Boz, and she's not even giving the whole story, Boz.
Charlie says it's polyol.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you. So, again, carnivores say, a lot of carnivore experts say, if it's not pathological, it's not a problem. But I don't know. Chat said it didn't matter whether it was gluconeogenesis causing the rise in blood sugar or it was exogenous glucose causing the rise. This can cause some damage, and in the blood vessels as well. So I think it's an important thing to not just brush off that chronically elevated blood sugar that can come from carnivore, from gluconeogenesis.
That's my view, and I'm sticking to it. So that was a good video.
It was a very good video.
She's very good at presenting things clearly. I like her videos.
Yeah.
I did not watch this one. Tell me about this.
Okay, so this one, I left this up. It's from 7 days ago. So we, of course, had Charlie on last week, and I had watched this shortly before we talked to him. This was on Dr. Kiltz's channel, and it looks like Dr. Kiltz is going to interview Jenny Mittich about her Xanax not working. And she does say that in the video. But it really is Jenny Mittich interviewing Dr. Kiltz. It was phenomenal. Just hearing a little bit more about Dr. Kiltz, he's fascinating to me. And so she asked the good questions that got into even more of his background and why he has the beliefs he does and his mindset work. And I had to text her. I was like, Jenny, this was absolutely great. And I love Dr. Kiltz. And you never know what direction he's going to go in, because he can also be kind of controversial, confrontational, not in a bad way, like he's not mean, but he's going to poke at some things sometimes. And sometimes he can also jump from topic to topic, like I just talked about the fish. But this is a really centered, grounded Dr. Kiltz you get on this video too. So I just thought it was a great video. And I know Jenny has also done videos just in the last week and dropped them with Maria Emmerich, and I watched that one. It was very good too. And I saw also Chris Delisle, Chris Cooking Nashville. I've not watched that one yet. I'm looking forward to seeing that one too. So, but this one, like I said, just really great. Yeah.
I'm going to have to watch it.
It was good. If you want to know more about Dr. Kiltz,
I really was
the one to watch.
I was really pretty lax with my carnivore content watching this week. Because I've just been I go down rabbit holes, and sometimes it's not about diet. I have to be honest.
Really?
Yep. And I ended up watching a video about a guitar player named Steve Vai, and that and of course I had grown up hearing Steve Vai, so it wasn't like who's this guy? No, that's not
even
what I'm
I
saying.
know.
I just don't know if these fine people know who Steve Vai is. And it was just really interesting. And it led me to a podcast hosted by Smashing Pumpkins singer Billy Corgan, who was interviewing Steve Vai. And that led me to a whole bunch more episodes of Billy's podcast. And he has some huge guests on that were quite interesting. Which, the way YouTube works, it immediately thinks all I care about is watching guitar content. And so it kept giving me new guitar content, and I kept clicking on it like an idiot. This video was from last week. 1,000 Days Carnivore. And that's us, JJ.
Yes, it is. We've got to be like 1,025-ish or so now.
Days, yeah.
Yeah. They just keep coming and they don't stop coming.
Right. We passed the 1,000-day mark without realizing it. And then we were like, what are we going to do a video about? And so I looked at our catalog of videos, and I noticed that our last sort of days one was 850 some odd. I'm like, well, that was a long time ago. Let's do a new one.
I think what's interesting about this one, though, is that we talked for a while about just how our diet has evolved. Since we started carnivore, and just the shifts we've made, and that we don't talk about too often.
I don't know. I feel like we talk about it all the time.
Well, all right. We do talk about what we're eating now, but we don't talk about the whole timeline of when we started.
Yeah. And the longer it gets, the less we're able to talk about the whole timeline because it just gets longer. That's how time works, by the way. Let's see here. Amy says, new carnivore channel I found this week and have been enjoying my no carb life. That sounds like Kelly Hogan's channel or Dave Max.
101's no.
Kelly is my zero carb life. And Dave Mack is no carb, but not life.
They're both awesome. Awesome.
No, it is. No, they're too close in name. But Dave does a good job with his branding. You know a Dave Mack video every time you see a thumbnail. Oh, Sue says there's storms on the other side of the state.
Oh.
So maybe the fish are feeding in a feeding frenzy.
They might be.
To figure it out.
We did not get affected by any of that massive flooding that was happening in Milwaukee.
No.
As a matter of fact, the flood alerts were coming on my watch, and I was like, what are we talking about?
It rained.
It did. We had rain, but it wasn't anything major. But yeah, more water coming.
Let's move so people know.
No, I was just reading Curtis's.
Oh, yeah. You know what you find when you go down rabbit hole? Rabbits.
But do you eat them?
No.
No.
I mean, I would eat rabbit if someone prepared it for me. But
I have not.
I don't know.
I've had rabbit a couple times. I have very poor memories of it because it was so dry. So incredibly dry.
There's no fat in a rabbit.
However, which they are lean, but it was also cooked by my mother who, we've talked about back in the day, meat was cooked till it was done because you didn't want to get sick from it, and they didn't have meat thermometers, at least not in the common kitchen. So it was
That's
really
a good
done.
point. My mom cooked the turkey with a little pop-out
Yes.
thing, and it was invariably completely dry all the way through.
My mom actually did go to cooking school to be a sous chef. And so some of her dishes were really good, but not just plain old meat. It was usually pretty dry. But for turkey, she would use a meat thermometer because she wouldn't rely on the pop out. So I don't know why. I don't know. I don't get it. We went to the mushroom farm today, though.
And we got 0 mushrooms.
We never get mushrooms at the mushroom farm. It's where we get all our eggs.
Because it's 2-minute drive.
Lots of eggs.
And lots of eggs.
Yeah.
And that's where also I get my kimchi.
Yes, they do have ferments at the mushroom farm, which sounds about right.
It smells so good inside that place. I don't know what they're baking every time we're in there, but I never eat any of it.
Always baking breads and muffins and things.
Maya likes rabbits. She's like, hey, you can be part of my carnivore diet. Maya is a dog.
Yes. Our dog does not tend to pursue rabbits very long.
No, he knows it's hard to catch them.
Yeah. He gets distracted by them, but then he's right back on the trail. Well,
I've got nothing else, JJ.
I can tell you're tapped out. You're like, I got nothing.
Well, I didn't watch anything this week, and everything that I've been doing related to diet, we've talked about the past 2 or 3 videos.
Yes.
So I really don't feel like we need to go over that again.
Yeah.
And rehash it. So.
Oh, however, I would love to know. I know, Charlie, you do eat fat trimmings. Does anyone have any other suggestions around getting more fat into a meal? I mean, I know butter. I know fat trimmings.
Heavy cream.
Egg yolk. I don't know.
Bacon juice. I'm interested in non-liquid forms.
Yeah.
Sue's rat terrier Chihuahua mix named Ringo caught a baby rabbit once, and I'm sure it let it go very gently.
Yes.
And patted it on its little tail and sent it back into the woods to live happily ever after.
Oh, that reminds me, because I'm thinking of Snow White, tra-la, or something, is theater season starts this weekend. We've already had meetings for the theater, but I will be back in the theater for auditions on Sunday. And what does this have to do with carnivore? Not a lot, but I very often fast on Sundays. I don't know if I'll do that right off the bat, but I very often fast because it's just easier when I'm at the theater. But the thing is that I have the energy now to sustain myself, especially on the nighttime rehearsals. Great energy, thanks to carnivore. Keeps me up, keeping up with the kids. But here's the other thing. I've spent so much time this summer in front of my computer working on work projects that I'm actually excited to be pulled away from my computer a few times a week and to be standing and active and doing things. I'm active here, but that forces the issue. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Sue says, I have heard you can buy fat trimmings from a butcher. I have not done that, but I have air fried fat from steak. Yeah, we have a bag of fat trimmings, throw in the air fryer.
I think I need to maybe get a new bag. I don't love the ones we have. They're a little gnarly.
Oh, the fat trimmings we have?
Yeah, they're a little chewy.
I don't really know what to expect. They taste, I don't know, they taste like, they're not delicious fat.
No, they're not delicious. I've had better, but yeah.
Thrifty, Healthy, and Happy says, have you seen the reports of the mutant rabbits with tentacles? Creepy and non-eatable.
I just ran across that. Did you see it?
I just saw it maybe this morning.
I just ran across it when I was pulling that Dr. Berry clip. But I didn't read more. I was like,
Yeah, there was a picture and I'm like, I don't want to see that. Pork belly, Elizabeth says.
Yes.
This is the problem with pork belly is that I haven't had any that I've liked. but that doesn't mean that it's not capable of being good, because the only one I had was on that Princess cruise and it made me ill. So there could have been something in the preparation, because most of their meat was not good. So I would try
Okay.
that.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good one. I think I know. I was just gonna say, this is what flashed into my head, but I will share. We have the chain of grocery stores called Piggly Wiggly, but actually Piggly Wiggly would probably have it, and not just because they're called Piggly Wiggly. They just have a little more variety in their
Oh, okay.
butcher section.
All right.
So I was like, "Oh, I can get that from Piggly Wiggly," and that, yeah, sounds a little odd. Oh, and sometimes Aldi has good pork belly, says
Oh, yeah,
Elizabeth.
here.
I'll have to check it out.
Costco has pork belly sliced like bacon. Air
Mm.
fried with some seasoning is so good.
Oh,
You know, we haven't been to Costco in ages.
ages.
We don't have one that's close.
We do.
Define close.
Well, it's as close as the other one was to us.
So not close.
Okay, 30-minute drive
That's one way.
one way. Yeah.
So that's an hour of life in addition
Gone.
to an hour in Costco, because can you spend less than an hour in Costco?
We did the last time because we just have to go to the meat section now.
Yeah, but it's been so long. I'll want to walk up and down the
Yeah.
non-food aisles and just look around at stuff I don't need.
That is true.
Sometimes that comes home with me. Short ribs in the slow cooker and just eat the fatty part with just a little meat. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, short ribs can be really fatty.
Yeah.
So that's a good idea.
Especially as we get into the maybe cooler season eventually.
It's a little ways away, but I mean, it is the middle of August, and 1 month from now will be the middle of September, because that's how the calendar works.
Yes.
But temperature wise, the mid-September will not be particularly cool, but in the evenings it'll start to get cool.
Yeah. I just like that sort of braised meat.
Yeah. Once it starts, you get that cool evening, which is the best time of the year. The fall is the best. But that also is when my sweet potato cravings arise.
Yeah.
I don't think that they will be indulged this year.
Mm-mm.
Husband is at Costco now, probably driving home in the rain.
22 minutes.
22-minute drive. Well, dang it. If I would have known, I would have had him pick up some stuff.
Oh, those are good suggestions. Those I thank you very much.
Right.
Yeah.
And we bought those lamb chops at Costco.
That was the last time we
But we're informed we got the wrong ones.
Yeah.
Because the ones we got had no fat on them. And they tasted terrible. They tasted like hoof juice. And I'm not a fan. I've had 2 nights of amazing sleep, JJ.
Yeah.
No food after 5. It's, of course, now it's this high fat, very low protein meal. So that's positive. And then I don't know, I was chatting with the idiot AI, and it just out of the blue recommended you could also try, because I was talking about getting into ketosis, and it was like, take some magnesium glycinate before bed. And I was like, yeah, magnesium never helped me with sleep. But it said acetyl L-carnitine is integral in the process of ketosis, and maybe throw a little of that in the mixer right at bedtime, and maybe that would help with the deepening of ketosis. And I'm like, well, I've got some. So I'll give it a try. So I've taken a couple of magnesium glycinates with some acetyl L-carnitine. You'd think carnitine, sounds like an amino acid I should have plenty of for my diet, but whatever. And I have experimented with taking it and with not taking it, and provided the food stops when it's supposed to, I think it helps with me getting much better quality of sleep. I can't say that I would recommend it to anybody else, but for me, that seems to have helped. Hope says, if you haven't dehydrated thin sliced pork belly, you must. It's so good.
Interesting, because I've always wanted to try bacon dehydrate as well. Mouth is not working today. And I've not done that yet either. I know that's not the same fat content as
But
the
we
pork
have
belly,
a dehydrator, right?
but we now have a
so
dehydrator.
we should do this immediately.
We need to get the pork belly.
Sue has named ChatGPT Marshall. I have not named ChatGPT, but I've had names for ChatGPT. MCT would help deepen ketosis overnight. Yes, that is true, and I have done some experiments of adding MCT. Yeah, it's not so much about the calories as I think just making sure the digestive system has had a chance to kind of get the first pass. Bacon is good dehydrated, but salted pork belly is much better. Does it become like a jerky? Like, is it crispy or is it, I mean, I can't imagine fat would be crispy. You dehydrated some beef fat that one time.
I did try that. I don't know if I did it wrong, as in, like, I didn't know when to pull it out. But it's also that fat that's kind of gnarly. It's not like a soft fat. It's more of a chewy fat. I don't know.
I wouldn't think there would be a whole lot of fluid in beef fat, water in it, but maybe there, I mean, it did shrink some.
Yeah.
So there must have been some in there. What do you reckon, JJ?
I reckon we got a dog to walk.
I think we better do it or he's going to throw a fit and rebel.
Oh, he's a good boy.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We'll be back with you next week with a pre-recorded long form video on Monday ish. And then back next Friday, 5:30, live from the world headquarters of the Proper Human Diet.
So until then, every day stronger.
Every day more blessed.
Their lipids are high. Their doctors are worried they're both gonna die. Is LDL harmless? They sure hope it's so. It's the JJ and Eric Carnivore Show. Salad is toxic. Seed oils are doom. They rub on tallow like greasy perfume. Ribeyes and bacon, that's all they know. It's the JJ and Eric Carnivore Show. No wheat, no kale, they're laughing at greens. 18-hour fasts are their favorite routines. Sugars for suckers, they're chomping on fat. Streaming to you live from a tallow fat. Eric's got muscles, JJ's got zen. They're coming to chat with their carnivore friends. So toss out the lettuce, embrace the beef